Well, good morning to you folks. I'm Max Stevens. I buy old records, and I'm on my way hopefully to buy old records. Sensing a pattern there, you know it? Anyway, I'm heading out east of here, going to go into Louisiana just a little bit, maybe see some stuff in Shreveport, maybe on beyond. Depends on what time and the record gods hit me with. I was going to go out to Shreveport a couple of weeks ago, maybe, I'm not sure. Time's fun when you're having flies or something like that. I didn't make it out there. I was finding stuff before I got to Shreveport, so I just concentrated on that area. So I'm gonna go hit that general area and just see what's out there. I've got one place I can go for sure. I know I'll probably find things, and it's fun. It's a beautiful rainy day. Hopefully a couple of 100 miles east of here it's not. If it is, so what? I'm gonna enjoy it. Liquor store is closed. Oh well. Well, finally, the sun's coming out. You can put away your holy water and steaks and garlic. We've survived another night. I'm about an hour and a half from my initial destination. It'll be early, so that gives me about an hour and a half to knock around and see what I can find. Garage sales, estate sales, maybe a junk shop that opens up, you know, at 9 or so. So that's great. Do you feel a disturbance in the force? Denizens of Louisiana, I has arrived. Well, I'm in your state now. I always like Louisiana. It's hit or miss. It's either famine or feast here. Hopefully today will be one of those feasting days. Been a little famine-ish lately, but really that's to be expected. It's that season. And if I don't go out and look, even on days when I don't find much, I go stir crazy. Yep, see, it's getting swampy and gloomy already. Marvelous, just the way I like it. There's more or less downtown Shreveport. Right in that area there is where the Louisiana Hayride was, which was a weekly radio program. I believe it was a Saturday night thing on KWKH. And they called it the Cradle of the Stars. Elvis did his early live shows there. I think he did that for about a year, maybe almost a year and a half or so. So what he did was sign a contract where no matter where he was, he would have to be back there to play his show for free on the radio. But it was great exposure, and you know how artists, they live on exposure. And that really got him into the national spotlight because that show was broadcast all over the South, and at night you could pick it up, I don't know, pretty much to the moon. So the other artists they started there, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams as well, the god of country music, and a host of lesser known but no less great rockabilly types like the Lonesome Drifter, Bob Luman, Jimmy and Johnny, just all sorts of folks were on that hayride. So that means there's a lot of records in this town, and some good labels sprung up, flourished, withered away, a few remain, and that's what I'm looking for. A lot of small-time hillbilly, blues, rockabilly, things like that. Stuff I normally look for, but it's really concentrated here. This was a hotbed of activity. Stopped at the first place. Let's go in, check it out. They're open early. Nice. That should be fun. Well, I've certainly got enough records to look at. I'm sure I've seen some of them before, but it's always nice to see. Well, 4 hours later, I went through, I don't know, metric ton or two of 45s and a few 78s. Picked out a stack of 45s about so big and paid real good for some of them. Didn't pay near enough for others. But I have some really good stuff I'm satisfied with. I had the luxury of getting them priced. This is one of those places where they price them after you've picked them out. You can either love or hate that, but with certain records, I'll stick it out and see how it goes. So I was expecting that, so you know, no bad surprises there. And I got some things that I'm real happy with. Some stuff I bought on speculation. I'm not sure if it's going to be great or not, but you know, some of it I'll keep, some of it I won't. But I'm glad I came out here to do this. Now I've got about 4 or 5 hours of looking time left. Let's go out and just hit the woods and the rural areas. Well, I keep starting off segments that way. Well, here I am in Louisiana. I haven't seen their state bird yet. That's the mosquito. Fortunately, it's not the weather for that. Maybe I'll get vampired by something else today. And not every place I go to is a junk store where it's $1 a piece. Case in point was the place back there. You know, they look them up. I either pay it or I don't. So I was able to pull out a stack that I wanted, and there's some nice things in there. I'm a sucker for Bob Lubin records, and he had a record in there called Make Up Your Mind, Baby. That's one of his best. I'll show you the stack a little later, probably when I've run out of looking time, because I don't want to get into my looking time showing you fine folks what I've picked up. Now up ahead on the left, I do know there's some sort of antique mall that I passed earlier today. So let's cruise on over to it. Well, there's no reel-to-reel. An accordion. $1,000 for an accordion. Well, isn't that nice? Kind of neat stuff, though. Never thought I'd look at an accordion like that. Well, I brown bagged my lunch today. A couple of nice pieces of roast chicken, apple, little snack. I'm good to go. Still doing my diet. Right now I've plateaued out though. I'm just going to continue to do it. Let my old system get used to being this weight, and then I'll double down right before I have to go to Vegas and play a show there, and then out to France and play a festival out there. But right now we're almost to the next stop. It's another record store I'd forgotten to go check out. So let's see, should be here. All right. Says it has records. Why not? No 45 records that I needed. Had a few thousand, but they were all modern. And when somebody mentions DJ records, my ears prick up, but I'm always a realist thinking, yeah, it's not going to be any good things from 1949 through, say, 65. That was the case this time. But a real nice guy, nice store, lots of good equipment, guitars, things like that. It has albums. I'll look at albums. So let's continue to look now. I think we're truly going out into the sticks. I've got about 3-4 more hours of looking. Yeah, let's drive across Caddo Lake. Why not, huh? We're not down in Cajun country or anything like that, but I do like this lakey, bayou-y looking thing. It's nice. Always like the secondary roads a lot better than the main highways. That's just one of the attractions of doing this. Now, if I can avoid the small-time cops who are always looking for out-of-state speeders, I'll be fine. I need some coffee. All right, small-town Louisiana. We went through a lot of small-town Texas just the other day. This is its counterpart. Looks a little funkier. I kind of like it better. Guess I better reduce my speed like it says. I'm always leery of small town speed limits. So this is Oil City. Let's see what's in Oil City. I see a thriving downtown right over there. We've got to cross the railroad track to get to it. We'll see how long that takes. Bet you there's some records here. Just about has to be. I'm gonna go on up a little bit more. Go past the feed store, don't you know? Okay, nothing there. Let's do a turnaround. Okay. We're going to ignore what the box says to do right now. And we're going to check out downtown. I don't think there's anything here though. And no, there's not. I bet this place used to jump on a Saturday night though. They got the oil and gas museum. Darn, I'll just have to miss that today. Once again, I'm going to ignore the GPS and what she tells me while I hit the south part of the place. What do we have here? Nope, scrap cedar. A lot of oil rigs and oil field equipment. Not a single antique junk place in sight. And didn't really expect much, so that's all right. Let's do a turnaround and get out of here. Well, yet again another U-turn. I've seen a place over here called Pickers. I don't know if it's a pawn shop or a junk shop or what, or a place to play guitar or get your nose cleaned out. Behooves me to check it out though. Looks like a pawn shop. Yeah, that's what that is. It's a pawn shop. Yeah. Bit of a note of explanation or disclaimer here. We do not go ahead with a team of production people, scope out where I'm going to drive and then seed it with good records, as they do on certain picking type shows and antique type shows where people drive around and somehow stumble into treasures untold. I'll tell you some stories about that. I've had acquaintance with a couple of people who have been approached by such shows. One of them said, "Get the hell off my property," when they explained what they wanted to do. We don't go in for chicanery or shenanigans. If I go out and find, you're going to know. And I found today, we'll look at that stuff later. If I don't find, you're going to see me come up dry. That's okay. I'd much rather show you the success. But anyway, we're taking a nice drive together. That's the fun bit. This is really nice when it turns springtime. Right now it's kind of dreary. Okay, we've arrived at Vivian. Hope Vivian's hubby ain't home. I've got to fire my riders. We're going to check it out and see what's in this little town. I really don't recall the last time I was ever through this area. I have been, but it's been a mighty long time, as Sonny Boy Williamson would have said in his fine song. I do think one time about 12, 15 years ago, my son Travis and he's my older son, we came through here and I found one really rare Northern Soul record that I sold for, I don't know, $300 or so. I do think this is the town, so let's just go on through it, scour it around. I've got about 2 hours of looking time, maybe. Here's the downtown. All right. If it's going to happen, it's going to be through here, I'm sure. Kind of a neat place. I like. Well, don't want to live here or anything, but now I see a thrift store we just passed. Hey, this has got a little bit more to it than I thought. Okay. This area ran out, but let's see what's on this little road here before I stick a fork in this half and declare it done. Okay, I'm getting the fork out. This part's done. Well, there's Rascal's Restaurant. I don't know if I want to eat any Rascal today. Or maybe they just serve Rascals, but we are going to check out the thrift shop. Lighthouse Mission Thrift Store. Looks likely. I like their open sign here, the old portable TV. Well, no 45s, but I picked up a rather rare, very primitive, raw Alabama gospel record, a country gospel. They did some stuff that borderline rockabilly there, and I've had stuff by Walker Bales as well, and Raid Perkins and such. Some of their stuff's really good bopping gospel, so hopefully that's represented here on this LP. So don't tell anybody, shh, I bought an LP. Okay, Louisiana was a diversion there. I haven't found anything else, though, to speak other than that gospel LP, and of course a handful of great records from the first place I stopped. Spent 4 hours at, which is unusual, but what I'm finding, it doesn't do me any good to stop looking when there's still more records to look at. Without further ado, we're going to leave Louisiana. In fact, you see where the road changes color from a dark, ugly gray to a bland tan. That's the state line. And welcome back to Texas, everybody, where we say you all and yee-haw and all that jazz. All right, good folks, I've made it to Jefferson. There's several antique malls here. In the past, and it's been a long time, I found great things. We'll just check it out as we always do. Come on with me. Okay, no luck there. We've got 2 more here. Check them out. Well, cool. Here's some 45s. Quite a lot. Box full for 20 bucks. Let's see what's there. Struck out there, got one more here, and it's closed, and that's no good for me. Let's see if there's anything else. I may be out of luck now on Friday. Okay, there's a place up here called Depot that used to be one. I don't think it's one either. There's Sasquatch though, isn't that neat? Oh, that's just funny. Okay. Nope, Depot's closed down too as far as being a antique shop. Maybe it never was. I seem to remember it being one though. Let's wave at our friend the Sasquatch once more. He's gonna get cold out there. I guess he's wearing enough, but I don't know. Shameful, ain't it? Shameful closing your shops early though. Oof. There's another place closed. And there's another place over there. We're going to find out. It's a downside to being in the wintertime doing this. Places tend to close even on a Friday and Saturday, sometimes early. I don't know. Closed. There we go. We got a place open. Let's go check it. And across the street too. Good, I'm gonna hit across the street first. I seem to remember it being something. At least it's not cold today, and I have found a good stack of stuff. So today's been a success, but I want more. Greedy that I am. Well, look at there. Heavy rains caused flooding right there at that high water mark, 30 feet above flood stage, or 12 feet above. I don't know, I don't read so well. Okay, I found about 3 45 records there. Not sure what they are. One some sort of test pressing on the Gator label. Hopefully it's the one that has all the good soul stuff. Probably it is not. Several Gator records are in existence, but one can always hope. Okay, I'm gonna stop, look at the map, figure out the way home, since right now it's 4:43 and most places seem to be closed or closing. I will. Okay, don't worry, baby. Oh, well, I'm about 50 miles from the house. I have got to stop and get some coffee. And then I think we'll look at some records. So let's go get some coffee first, all right? Maybe I should turn off my motor at some point. Oh my. All right. Try to resist temptation here, buying something I don't need to eat. All right, let's start with this one. The sleeve's ratty, but it's gorgeous shape. Got a Lot of Loving to Do by Bill Nettles and his Dixie Blue Boys. I called Bill up on the phone one day. He had to have been 90. He'd been around since the 40s making good music. And he couldn't understand a thing I was saying. Oh well. This is neat. It's a 10-inch 33 single-sided promo thing from the Honda Motor Company called Hello Trees, and it's a bunch of kind of neat rock, funky, weird jingles for the Honda Corporation, probably from the mid-60s. This is nice. I've never seen this one. It's the D label, which after Starday Records was sold by Pappy Daly, he just took the same musicians and started up D, and didn't miss a lick. And this is a great bopper by female singer Margie Singleton. I like her stuff. This is a good one. Malin Humphrey under the name Malin DeWitt, a teen record that's really hard to find. And that's out of Louisiana. This is rare on a 45. Johnny Lee Wills, Bob Wills' brother. They're doing a real fast one called Peter Cottontail. But it's pretty good. Western swing, really hot Western swing. Leon Payne. Ah, Leon was cool. Blind singer. Did some great stuff for TNT. Wrote a bunch of good songs. That's almost a bopper. This might be the best one in here. It's in beautiful shape. Little writing on the label. Tammy McKnight. Take Away These Chains. That's some good northern soul. And you hardly ever see soul in the wilds turn up this clean. A nice nearly bopper by Hank Williams. I ain't got nothing but time. He said that, but he was dead within a year or so of recording that. Let's do some rockabilly. Make Up Your Mind, baby. Bob Luman. We talked about him last week when I was in Nacogdoches, or Nowhere, looking for records of his. And I turned up his best one there. This is nice. Good Rockin' Sam. Funny, funny feeling. Don't let daddy slow walk you down. That's a mouthful. Good Rockin' Sam. That's great R&B on Excello. Here's a good Oklahoma rockabilly-ish instrumental by the Starlighters. More weird funkiness by Edgar Blanchard, Ricky Ticky 2, Mr. Bumps. I think I've sold that before. This is just cool weird soul, I think. Nate Williams, Texas gonna be my home. Texas has been my home for a long ass time. Sugar Boy, she's got a wobble when she walks. I like that. This is probably my personal favorite though. John Brim and his Gary Kings from Gary, Indiana. I Would Hate to See You Go. I've done a version of that back when I was about 19 or 20 years old. Got it on tape somewhere. Rocking instrumental guitar, both sides, the humdingers. Rocking surf guitar, Ski Storm by the Snowmen. Stuff like this sells. And then Bo Diddley doing Bo Diddley, and I'm a Man. Kind of an odd issue there. This is cool. Ace 512 and Clark. Not sure what to call it. Almost R&B, but almost country, but not quite either one. And that's a very scarce record. It's an early one. And then this is great. The electrified sound of Monday Nights with a K on Wendy Records from Flint, Michigan. So, and I've got a few more there hiding. I don't want to dig them out yet. Nice things. I'm happy with the day I've had. I've only been on the road for nearly 13 hours. No, it's been 13 hours and 10 minutes. And I'm happy with it. please subscribe. Folks, I really, really need your subscriptions to this. We're doing real well, but I don't want the other folks to talk bad about me saying, hey, you got no subscribers. I'm getting some subscribers. If you like this, subscribe, please. I know you like it. I know you're watching. Might as well do the next step. Ain't nothing bad gonna happen to you. I'll see y'all later.